In this first lesson, we are going to talk about why the heck content creation and branding is so important, right? We want to make sure that you understand the importance of this before you even dive into all of the other lessons and all of the tips and tricks that I have for you. As you may have seen, right, content creation and branding, it's all about growth. It's all about attraction. And in this course, we are really going to dive deep into how to attract that target audience. But let's say no one knows who you are, right? You could be the most musically talented individual in the world. And if no one knows who you are, you're not going to be able to release on labels. You're not going to be able to gain ticket sales. No one's going to know who you are, and you're not going to be able to maybe eventually monetize it and make a career out of it. So because of this, it is really, really important. And I'm sure all of us can think about some of those big top tier influencers that we all follow where, they're creating and building the foundation of their brand, and they have something that's really strong, really attractive, and gains a significant audience. And because of that, because they have that strong foundational brand, they could potentially pick any hobby, right? Where they could potentially, if they wanted to, pick up DJing, they could pick up singing, they could pick up a sport, and they have a strong, solid audience that loves their brand, loves and is bought into who they are, and will follow them the rest of the way. So that is ideally what we want to create for us, right? We don't want to be left behind. We want to create this foundation. We want to attract our key audiences, our future listeners, our future ticket buyers. So that is really the foundation of why branding and growing our social media platforms are so key in the world that we're living in today. Not only this, but content creation will also help you grow your relationships and collaborate, whether it's with a different artist, whether it's with fans. Collaboration is so important when we're thinking about growing a fan base. If we're collaborating on a post or even collaborating live with our music, we are gaining access to another individual's specific audience that could be similar to our audiences. I know that I have seen influencers, especially in the fitness world that I follow, where they do a certain workout or they collaborate with a different influencer. And then now I'm kind of hooked onto that influencer and I'm following and now liking their stuff, right? We want to create that same environment, that same traction for ourselves. So not only is collaboration amazing, but your opportunities to network and your opportunities to gain traction within the music space will absolutely increase. We're also seeing, right, we are living in such a content-driven world right now. We're seeing so many of the big tech companies like Apple, Google, that are putting a lot of emphasis on visual, VR, augmented reality, things that we probably would not have even thought of would be possible 10 years ago. We're seeing DJs and artists that are actually being able to monetize their craft in the metaverse, right? There's so many opportunities, cool advancements that are happening, and this is really why it's going to be to our benefit to keep up with the times. But I will say, once you actively make the choice to start focusing on your brand and content creation, both your income and your impact will explode. I remember when I was first starting out on TikTok Live, I ended up falling in love with my passion, with the TikTok Live environment community, but I didn't even realize how much impact I would have on my fans. Not only that, but I was able to monetize my lives and start actually making money, making income off of my lives in a digital space, which I never would have dreamed of. So again, if you want to increase your impact and your income, content creation and branding is definitely for you. Now that we talked about why content creation and branding is so important, we are going to jump into goal setting.